Hello, my name is Molly, and today I wanted to do a quick video about vibration, what that means when people talk about raising your vibration and having high vibration or density. These are terms that are used consistently. They describe, our journey in a lot of ways. So I want to kind of talk about those terms really quickly to kind of explain my interpretation of them. Even though I do feel like there is a common understanding of them throughout most people that channel information and that talk about these spiritual journeys and things like that. Really quickly, if you could please hit the like button. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel. I am going to continue this kind of very basic understanding of these spiritual terms, but every once in a while, I have already felt a little guided to do something about current energies, and my perspectives are constantly changing. So who knows, I may just update the way that I see something whenever it comes through. So thank you in advance. Okay, so what does it mean when someone talks about raising your vibration? It's spoken about often. Or density. Density sounds so, dense. It sounds really difficult. So the idea behind this is that everything is energy. Okay, so all of us, everything around us, the furniture, the air, everything that we experience is energy. I am not in the sciences. That stuff has not really been in my area, but I have had a couple of friends that have said that there's been certain things proven, and I certainly couldn't cite them, but if you're interested in that, apparently there's been a lot of things that have been proven so that we can prove that everything is energy. So that is what I believe, so we're going to go with that. Now, with that said, everything being energy, right? Some things are going to be of a higher vibration, right? Which is lighter. I actually see it as both in like how you perceive it, how it sounds, how it feels, how it looks. I get like very visual images, and then you have denser energies which feel and look again darker and heavier and lower. I don't know, I'm like hearing like a low pitched noise. So you literally have these different levels of vibration. Now that really just correlates to density, right? So if things feel less dense, you're going to feel like a higher vibration. If things feel more dense, then you're going to feel a lower vibration. Now, the idea also that I'd like to put out there is that it is light and dark, as I was just explaining it, but it's not in a judgmental way, right? So if you're feeling like a very dense thing, or you have density in your body, we all do. We're here. We've had things happen. We've had experiences. There's no judgment on that. It's not like, oh, you're a dense person and I'm a light person. That's crazy. You'll get to wherever you're going, and again, it's just not a race. And people that consider themselves of a high vibration, that's wonderful. Perhaps some of them really are, but I think that most of us, it's cycles. That's the point of being here. If you are at a completely high vibration and that's just who you are and how you've lived, and you're there, you're at your moment, then you're probably going to ascend into the sky, right? So we're here to learn. We're here to journey. And so be wary if someone says, oh, well, I'm up here and I'm this amazing high vibration and I don't I don't ever feel anything lower or denser. It's probably not true. So there's something to be mindful of. But I think that the way that this is easily, at least the most easily explained for me, is actually emotional, right? So, and I think that's a very simple way to feel it in your body. The way that you feel when you are angry, that's a really low vibrational energy, right? When you are really angry or really anxious, right? You're going to feel that. You're going to, again, feel that density inside of you. Judgment, when we're judging things or people or etc., you're going to feel that. You'll feel those energies. Again, it's not a judgment, but it's something to become aware of, right? That's a huge practice, to just become aware when you're feeling something, because you are not that emotion, you're just experiencing that emotion. That took me a long time to figure out because I am very emotional. So I would just get completely overcome with emotions, and then you often look for a release, right, of some kind, and that could be an angry explosion. That could be having a drink, or doing some kind of drug, or popping some kind of pill, or whatever that really, crying. There's a variety of releases. Now, some of them, of course, again, are healthier than others, but so this is a good time to also learn some other tools on how to get through those emotions. And certainly if you are able to be a little more aware, like, okay, I'm feeling angry, which sounds kind of crazy, but if once you get this, it's amazing. You can say, oh, I'm feeling really angry. Why am I feeling so angry? And then you can kind of backtrack into that, and you can feel the emotion, but it doesn't actually run the show, so to speak. So that's a little side note. So you have these denser emotions. Hatred, rage. I have a little cheat sheet so that I can figure it out. And then it actually has at the bottom of this feeling like you're a victim, right? Fear, grief, insecurity, guilt, unworthiness. Those are things that I actually agree with that. When you're feeling that down and that low, it can feel very difficult to get out of there. Now you can, okay? You absolutely can. But again, being more aware of it is going to help you see it so that you can then pull yourself out of it, okay? So that's going to feel very different than when you're heading to the other side, certainly of happiness, love, fulfillment. When you feel really successful, like you've really done something very well, those are going to be on that higher vibrational level. This also travels through to the food that we eat, right? So when you're making some choices like, I'm going to eat this bag of Cheetos, or with these Twinkies, or whatever this stuff is, that's going to be food, again, that feels lower vibrational. It's going to sit. It's going to take longer to digest, if it even ever makes it all the way through your body. A lot of these comfort foods are not comforting. They just kind of sit in your body, and then they keep you in a state of I'd say a state of density, right? Because now not only are you spending maybe 4 or 5 or more hours digesting this food, but it's just kind of sitting there inside of you, right? So that's where most of your energy is going, rather than doing anything else. And then you have higher vibrational foods, I would say, are going to be anything that is fresh, right? So if you can pick an apple off of a tree, that's really right there. But if you get fresh produce and things like that, certainly things that are organic and not, unfortunately, engineered or covered with something that you're not supposed to be putting in your body. So that is kind of where all that comes from. So you have these different levels of vibration. I'm also going to really quickly talk about the 3 areas of self-care, because I think it does matter with vibration when we're talking about raising the vibration. How do you raise your vibration? It does matter when you talk about your perspectives of things, because I think the closer that you become aligned to your perspective on things, not necessarily things that you've been taught, right? But things that really feel right to you. Yes, I think that absolutely can raise your vibration, because you are more in alignment to what you believe. Okay. So in your mind, right? What things, what are your belief systems? And I mean your belief systems, not the belief systems that have been taught to you, right? Things like that. That is something to be mindful of, right? What are your beliefs? What are things that you see in yourself? And what are things that you actually see, and what are things that you were taught or experienced, right? So what things came from the outside? Because I think oftentimes we live in that energy, right? Well, I always believed that I was stupid. Well, did you believe that you were stupid, or did you have experiences or people that brought that in? And I'm not saying that it's always that clear, but that's a really one to certainly go into. Then we kind of talked about this, but then of course the body, the actual physical body. What things actually feel good to you? Again, what are things that actually feel good and things that for some reason you have been trained those are helpful, right? If you are in a really bad emotional state, is it actually helpful to eat an entire thing of ice cream? Does it help you? Does it make you feel better? Does it help you to drink 2 bottles of wine and wake up with a headache or, throwing up or something like that, right? So I think that there is some taking actual inventory of our lives and the things that are true to us and the things that we've been taught. And then I would go into your spirit, right? So that's the other idea of this. And that's what I was kind of talking about for who you truly are. And I don't think that you almost kind of have to do some of this work before you can even begin to understand that part of you. Because I think a lot of us are really enmeshed in the outside forces, so to speak, right? Our families, our friends, experiences that we've had, what things from the outside have come in and told us who we are, right? Rather than coming from the inside of us to see what we really think, what we truly believe, what really makes us tick, right? Or feel excited or, feel empowered, right? So those kind of things, at least for me, it took a lot of outside work to even begin to get to that inside person. But some of you, I'm sure, comes much more naturally. So then you want to really look and tap into your intuition and into your spirit, and that's going to be your main source of guidance anyway, as to how to get and navigate through these things. And as you release these denser, more limiting experiences and beliefs and programs and whatever you want to call those outside influences, then you will start to feel lighter, right? If you've ever had a really tough experience and you've actually been able to release it, you know how that feels. It literally feels like it's coming off your body. It feels so physical. You're like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize how much I was holding with that. So that is right there in a nutshell, the idea of raising your vibration, right? You're releasing something that is not good for you. And by good, that's kind of sounds judgy, but that doesn't serve you. It's not supporting you. So you're going to go ahead and get rid of that. And then that alone is going to make you feel better. It's going to help you. And then this is a process that's going to continue, right? Because we're constantly learning. But that is the idea, at least the way that I see it, basically, of our vibration. So please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'm so grateful that you took the time to listen to me. Please comment below if you have any questions or anything that you'd like to add, or if there's anything that you would like me to talk about. Thank you so much.